We have the Ultra Space Wonders event in Pokemon Go, which is going to include brand new Ultra Beasts making their way into the game, including being able to evolve Poipole in Pokemon Go. So today we're going to cover all the top tips, tricks, and strategies to make sure you maximize out on this event with a brand new shiny. So welcome to the Trader Club. Here we go. Ultra Space Wonders is going down from Thursday, the 23rd at 10 a.m. local time, all the way until Tuesday, the 28th at 8 p.m. So while this event only goes until the 28th, we are still going to be getting the 2 Ultra Beasts making their way into raids all the way until June 1st. If you guys do want the counter guide for those Pokemon, you can check that up here. Blacephalon is in the Western Hemisphere and Stakataka is going to be in the Eastern Hemisphere. So please make sure to get into the Discord, discord.gg/thetrainerclub, or you can also get into the Patreon and get some remote raids. Okay, so here we go, guys, breaking down this event, starting off with the spawns in tip number 1. The spawns of this event are not the best, but we do have a brand new shiny making its way into the game, which is going to be the Mareanie. Mareanie also goes into Toxapex, and this is going to be a brand new shiny. It is a quite stark difference from like a blue aqua kind of color all the way into a red, which I'm excited about. Not only that, guys, we have spawns that are going to include Ekans, Zubat, Tentacool, Coughing, Stunky, Krogunk, Trubbish, Skrelp, the Mareanie obviously, and then if you were lucky, we're gonna get a Dratini spawn, and like I talked about in the introduction of this event when it first was announced, I don't understand why they do this with these specific Pokemon, but guys, it's all right. We already had Comdate, you've had plenty of these things to go. So as far as shinies, all of the above can be shiny, and as far as the Trubbish, it's going to be 750 Stardust when you catch it in the wild. It's also gonna be 938 in the weather boosted Cloudy Weather, 1125 with a star piece, no weather boost, but with a weather boost and a star piece, it is going to be 1406, which is quite impressive. Whew, it's a little windy out here today. As far as meta attackers go, the only real meta attacker we have from a raid perspective is going to be the Dragonite coming from Dratini. And then, as far as the other Pokemon, we do have a couple other relevant PvP Pokemon, including the Golbat from the Zubat, ranked 64 in the Shadow, or 109 in the non-Shadow, Wing Attack, Poison Fang, and Shadow Ball on this Pokemon. 100% IVs will be a 0-15-15. And then moving on next, we're going to get Skunk Tank from the Stunky. In the Ultra League, it's going to be ranked 88 in the Shadow, or 128 in the non-Shadow, with Poison Jab, Crunch, and Trailblaze. 100% IVs will be a 3-15-14 at level 50, which will require 296 XLs. And let's not forget about Krogunk all the way into Toxicroak. The one thing I am going to warn you about the Toxicroak is it is definitely a more glassy Pokemon. So you have to play this Pokemon strategically, but it still does do well. In the Ultra League, it's going to be ranked 60 in the Shadow, 89 in the non-Shadow, with Counter, Mud Bomb, and Shadow Ball. At level 46.5 at a 0-15-12. So it does require more XL candies, not quite 296, but it is up there. And then finally, we have the Mareanie going into the Toxapex before we get into the Dragonite, which is a very versatile Pokemon, guys. And especially in the Shadow form, if you get the Roar Grunt task, you can do that Dragonite as well. But for the Toxapex, in the Great League, it's going to be ranked 37 with Poison Jab, Brine, and Sludge Wave with the IVs of a 0-15-15. Wow, this Pokemon does not max out very high because it's already at level 40.5 here. And then into the Dragonite. In the Great League, the Dragonair is going to be 40 in the Shadow, 49 in the non-Shadow with Dragon Breath, Aqua Tail, Body Slam, and the Dragonite is going to be 73 in the Shadow and 90 in the non-Shadow with Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, and Superpower. The Dragonair 100% IVs will be a 1-15-15, and the Dragonite will be a 3-15-14. And then all the way into the Ultra League, the Dragonite is going to be 40 in the Shadow and 107 in the non-Shadow with Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, and Superpower. The IVs are going to be a 0-13-15, and with the exact same moveset, it is going to be a rank 4 in the non-Shadow and 8 in the Shadow. So it is actually better ranked in the non-Shadow, which will serve you. And the IVs for the Master League is always going to be all 15s across the board at the genuine 100% IVs. Alrighty, guys, and if you guys do need more XL candies, obviously the Dragonite is already had a Calm Day, but that will require a Mega Level 3 at a Dragon type. But if you want the Poison type, that will do you the best. Poison types, a good one is going to be the Venusaur. That one's been out for quite a while. You guys should have some of that there. With that said, let's get into tip number 2. Tip 2 is going to be all about field research, so let's check that out right now. And for the research, we have catch 10 Pokemon, which will reward you a Mareanie, 349 or 369 for the female and the male. Power up a Pokemon 5 times is a Trubbish encounter. So for this one, obviously it's powering up a Pokemon here, but if you use level 1 Pokemon, you will be able to net positive Stardust if you save these research tasks for future community days. So for me personally, I'm going to stack up on hopefully 5 of these, and then I'm going to stack this Trubbish in my field research, and I will do and complete that on a 3 times catch Stardust community day with a star piece on, and it will be worth your time because with a star piece on a community day, it will be about 5,000 Stardust per catch, which will definitely make it up for it, especially if you're using a level 1 Pokemon, which if you power up level 1s, it will only cost you 1,000 Stardust, and then if you can add 3 of them together, guys, you're over 15,000 Stardust per encounter, so it's definitely worth it if you strategize properly. Power up a Pokemon 10 times will be a Mareanie encounter, 416 with the shiny. I don't think this one's worth it personally, but you guys have to make the call. I just think it's going to be a waste of Stardust. They should be spawning in the wild, and I would just prefer you guys do that and dump this task. And then win a raid for a Goomy encounter, guys. Just as a reminder, Goomy should be the comm day for June here, so I would suggest that, yes, while if you are going to do a raid and you have this already and do that, but I don't suggest completing raids to be able to get Goomy encounters is the right play here. 418 on this one, and then win 3 raids is a Jangmo-O encounter. Also, don't really feel like this is the best use of raids personally, because at some point, you know, it should be spawning in events at Global Go Fest, and then, you know, the shiny will be out as well during that, so you can stock up on those there and then trade them in mass quantities to try to get the 100% IVs if that's what you're after. And then we have the World of Wonder special research. You are actually going to get a Poipole encounter, so we have stage 1, catch 20 Pokemon for 10 Pokeballs, spin 10 Pokestops for 7 Pineapple Berries, and we have transfer 10 Pokemon for 7 Raspberries for a Poipole encounter, 803 XP, and the Poipole 100% IV from research is going to be 702. Keep that in mind, guys. In stage 2, we have complete 7 field research tasks for a Skorupi, explore 10 kilometers for a Quillfish, make 20 nice throws for 15 Great Balls for 25 Poipole candy, 803 XP. In stage 3, catch 30 Pokemon for a Mareanie encounter, spin 15 Pokestops for 5 Hyper Potions, power up Pokemon 20 times for 5 revives, make 20 Great Throws for 15 Ultra Balls, and then for the rewards, 50 candy and 803 XP again. For the World of Wonders, stage 4, complete 15 research tasks for a Hisuian Quillfish, explore 10 kilometers for 7 Pineapple Berries, catch 25 different species of Pokemon for 5 max revives, defeat 5 Team Go Rocket Grunts for 2 components, and then you're going to get 50 candy, 803 XP. And then in stage number 5, you have catch 40 Pokemon for a male Nidoran, send 15 gifts to friends for a female Nidoran, evolve 3 poison type Pokemon for 2 rare candies, purify 5 shadow Pokemon for 2 mysterious components. I suggest that you guys use the 1000 per purify here to save your Stardust, and then we're getting 100 Poipole candy and 803 XP. Good luck out there. Hopefully you guys get a good quality Poipole from this research. And there it is for the field research. Make sure to get as many of the Trubbish as possible. Give it, I would prefer either a Raspberry or a Golden Raspberry to make it easier to catch on a future comm day, and run away from that. Stack it up in your task. Hopefully you guys can get 100 because these are very valuable Pokemon to put into your bag for this time, which then is going to lead us into tip number 3. Tip number 3 is going to be all about the raids going on during this event. In 1-star raids, we do have the Paldean Wooper, we have the Hisuian Quillfish and Sneasel, and then we also have the Dino as well as the Bagon. In the 3-star raids, Druddigon, Turtonator, and the Galarian Weezing. Love that there. And then we do have the Blacephalon as well as the Stakataka in the tier 5 raids, and the mega raids are going to be Pidgeot. Pidgeot is a pretty good Pokemon because it does boost normal as well as flying type for mega level 3 if you ever need that multi-purpose combination. So I like that one. Please make sure to have at least 1 Mega Pidgeot as a Mega Level 3. I prefer that you guys have multiple of them, but at least 1 will serve you. And let's not forget that we can take our Poipole all the way into Naganadel. In order to get there, it's going to cost you 200 candy, and it will require you to have it as your buddy, adventure with it, meaning you're going to have to catch 20 Dragon-type Pokemon as well. So this one is a prenuptial agreement that you need to make with this Pokemon to be able to get it all the way into the evolution. Okay, so that's what you guys have it right there. Please make sure to enjoy this event. Get out there, catch as many Trubbish as possible, boost that Stardust up, have a fun time. Remember, we are still getting 2 free remote raids until the new season starts, so please make sure to take full advantage of that in Pokemon Go. Love and appreciate you guys. To all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, ever to take your support, subscribe to X level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.